Lugupeetud ülikoolipere, tere tulemast Tallinna Tehnikaülikooli akadeemilise õppeaasta avakoosolekule. Tänasel koosolekul mälestame meie hulgast lahkunud kolleege. Rektor professor Tiit Land võtab kokku möödunud õppeaasta ja tutvustab tulevase õppeaasta plaane ning samuti tunnustame kuldmärgiga 25 aastat ülikoolis töötanud kolleege ja täname emeriteeruvaid professoreid. Alustame ja palume lavale rektor professor Tiit Land.
But we shall now begin by giving the floor to Professor Tiit Land.
Lugupeetud ülikoolipere, head sõbrad.
Dear academic family, dear friends, I hope that you have all had a nice vacation this summer. In addition to having a hot summer, we have been very active on several fronts. I would like to wish us all a happy new academic year. Tallinn Technical University has had a nice tradition of having recognizing the colleagues who have worked with us and commemorate the ones who have passed away. And I shall now read the names of the colleagues who, as of January 1st, 2020, have passed away.
Anno Ainola, Ilmar Arro, Enn Hendre, Helvi Hödrejärv, Ahto Järvik, Heino Koppel, Evald Külm, Rain Lahtmets, Aleksander Lenin, Reet Linnas, Ahto Lõhmus, Enn Lüütre, Mari Minn, Rein Otsepp, Meeme Põldmäe, Anto Raukas, Ille Rein, Rein Reiska, Endel Ruustal, Vilva Tambur, Kuno Teras, Svetlana Tõnismägi, Enn Tõugu, Jüri Švede, Jüri Aleksander Starkov. Need olid siis kolleegid, kes on viimase
These were the colleagues who have passed away the last year but have been working for Tallinn University of Technology for a long time. We shall now move to the main subject of our today's opening meeting, and I am happy to give you a short summary, as I have written short summary of the previous academic year, and also to concentrate on some of the challenges that the beginning academic year shall have for us. I will also concentrate on the activities which will be new for the upcoming academic year and also hopefully very interesting.
Siia vahele loomulikult ma räägin ka, kuna tänaseks on kõik vastuvõtunumbrid on
And as we have the statistics about the admissions as of today as well, we shall take a look at the statistics, the numbers regarding how many new students will start with us this year. Now, first, when talking about the academic year, which is about to end, since it's the last week of the last academic year, I can say that the fact that the new development plan for 2021 to 2025 was adopted was the most important activity. And once again, I would like to thank the academic staff, the partners, the alumni for thinking along and proposing new ideas for the new development plan. The new development plan aims at increasing the quality. Quality is the key word. We increase the quality and this aim is reflected in the selection of key indicators which we have chosen. We have 16 key indicators in our development plan. I will show you the table of these indicators as well. But the common denominator here is quality. To simplify, we want to do maybe less, but we want to have it at higher quality. And when talking about numbers and students, we are facing a quality glass ceiling, because since we have the aim of providing higher quality, we cannot admit too many students, but we can teach them better. The development plan also focuses on sustainable development and climate smart university, which is reflected in two corresponding key indicators. We'd also like to pay more attention to our people, to our student, staff members, professors, emeriti, and alumni. And there are indicators in the development plan which also reflect the satisfaction of our staff members to the university, also with our visibility and also with gender mainstreaming. We will pay even more attention to these factors. This is the table regarding the key indicators. I would like to apologize, says the speaker, that it is a very small table, but as I said, we have 16 key indicators in the new development plan, and these are divided into study, research, entrepreneurship, and general key indicators. And I would like to emphasize one perhaps in each domain. When talking about the quality of the study, it is important to focus that the share of graduates with nominal length study would be, as it was the baseline in 2020, 50%. The next aim we have set is 60%. It is an increase of 10%, which does not seem very large, but it is rather complicated to achieve. And in 5 years' time, 2025, we can see where we've gotten. It is a very complicated task, as I said. And the threshold quality regarding the students that are admitted is definitely a bottleneck which we need to deal with. But it is an aim which we have set to ourselves. It is a serious one, and I hope that we will be successfully moving towards this goal. Share of graduates with nominal length of study is also a very important share based on which our work results are appreciated at the Ministry of Education and Research. Regarding scientific research, the number of articles in the Q1 ranked journals per doctorate academic staff is an important indicator. It shows the quality of our research and improves its quality. The journals where we publish our articles, we wish that other scientists and researchers would read them as well. If we publish in other research journals, we review ourselves and also cite ourselves, but it's important that we'd have better results and more articles in the Q1 ranked journals. Regarding entrepreneurship, there are 4 key indicators, and I'd like to emphasize the last one regarding the number of patents submitted and patent applications submitted per year. The university has expectation, and the council has discussed several times as well that the intellectual property created by the researchers would be commercialized in the form of patents, and that's why the key indicator has been set here as such as well. In the domain of general, we like to pay more attention to our people. As I said, we have the TRIM index, which is measuring image. Also, we have the share of visibility, where we measure our visibility in comparison with other universities. And employee satisfaction index is very important here. And our last aim here is to achieve climate neutral university by 2035. The question is whether we'll get there and what does it exactly mean. We don't have the baseline set yet. By the end of this year and by the beginning of the next year, it should be clear. These were the 16 key indicators which were also adopted by the Council, and first and foremost, they aim to increase the quality of what we do. And the aim also hereby is to increase the role of the university in the society. How do we implement this development plan? It is a very great challenge for the upcoming year. The aims of the development plan are put into practice in implementing plans. They consist of sectoral projects, and the progress of which is monitored annually. There are about 16 of them. And on the webpage smart.taltech.ee, the descriptions of the projects which are expected to take place and their outcomes and deadlines will be described. The projects which are completed appear in green color, and we can follow all this as of August, as of autumn this year. And the overview of the fulfillment of the implementing plan can also be followed, hopefully in real time by that time. The fulfillment of the indicators of the development plan can also be followed in the Power BI electronic environment. These would be then the fulfillment of the 16 key indicators which I just mentioned. And if you move to our development plan, you can see them also depicted graphically, not only described. Now, to conclude, one more important issue from the ending academic year is changes in the organization of academic careers. The new academic career organization was adopted in 2017. 3 years were passed before making the changes, and 3 years, I believe, is a very good time to review whether the changes which were taking place in 2017 have been justified, whether these need to be reorganized. We had a working group composed of very different levels of academic staff included. Deans were included as well. And the working group had 3 to 4 months to analyze among themselves as well as publicly, and in the form of information session of what the changes will be like. The Senate adopted the changes in its meeting in May, and hopefully you have seen the changes you see that the list of academic positions were changed and also the rules according to which the quality of the academic staff will be evaluated, and the academic matrix was simplified considerably. The most important change here is that the R's here, which you see on the table, are the competency levels proposed by the European Commission, starting from R1 to R4, so that all this data is comparable with other universities in Europe. And the new form in the new form, the assistant associate professor in tenure is missing, and also on the left-hand side, the path of the lecturer, junior lecturer was included as well, but instead of junior lecturer, there is now on level R1 early stage researcher. The reform of doctoral studies is also planned in Estonia. It should be applied in 2022 to 23, where early stage researchers will be applied everywhere, which is an equivalent of the earlier junior lecturer. Now, if we see the upper level associate professor, all of the turquoise ones are fixed term posts, and the gray ones are without any fixed terms. And these positions are mainly aimed at very strong study work. And the level is high enough in order to compare them with the associate professors. And then we also have assistant professor. It is a fixed term post. Altogether 8 years can be worked this way, 10 years after defending doctoral thesis. And these posts are more made and foreseen for researchers after the postdoc who return to the university, and they manage to thereafter move to the position of associate professor. There's also a professor of practice, specialist with a doctoral degree, either from the academic sphere or from the private sector. It is a fixed term post, but the aim is to involve these people to also work closer to the university. And there's also a new post of leading researcher in the top right-hand corner. And this, I believe, summarizes the most important changes in the hierarchical structure of the academic posts, which were agreed by the Senate in May. And now some numbers. This was the situation as of the end of December 2020, and the numbers constantly change. If you go to our electronic environment, you see how the numbers have changed. But as of December 31st, 2020, we had full professors with the number of 94. 37 professors, also 81 associate professors through attestation. They have moved to other posts now. 77 senior lecturers and 120 senior researchers. The numbers are rather dynamic and are in constant change. If I remember it correctly, says the speaker, there should be 1,951 academic employees at the university as of today. Of all of the employees, 50% academic and 50 non-academic. So almost 50-50, you might say. But in order to proceed, I would like to now concentrate on the most important activities we saw in the ending academic year, and I have emphasized 4 important activities. Not that it's the limit of what we do, but these are the most important regarding the upcoming academic year. Institutional accreditation is one of the very important ones. It seems like it's similar to negotiating the management contract. It seems like it's a bureaucratic task and somebody needs to deal with it somewhere. But accreditation is very important regarding how our university will do in the next years. We have a visiting International Accreditation Commission. We hope to have an accreditation for the next 7 years. We have one public university in Estonia who has 3 years accreditation only, and this is not a very good sign, so we aim for the 7-year one. We have been preparing for the accreditation for 1 year. We have had self-analysis in the 140 to 150 pages, and we will have a visiting international commission evaluators in October. We hope that they will actually be here present in person, because direct contact and discussions are more efficient and also more productive than the distant accreditation. And we have heard from other universities that accreditation through Zoom has not been very efficient. So we hope that all those specialists will come here. The commission has 13 members of 9 different countries. And I hope I'm not mistaken, says the speaker, if I say that the United Kingdom is the most represented regarding these members. So in the beginning of October, this is the most important task for our university, and hopefully by Christmas we will have a nice Christmas present of having a full accreditation. This is the minimum standard we will set to ourselves. Next, negotiating the management contracts. Management contracts are 3-year documents where all universities agree something to the ministry. And now we have the 3rd year of our old management contracts, and the new period will start next year. Now we will have 4-year management contracts, and this Friday we will have the first meeting with the Ministry of Education. I said that these are bureaucratic documents, yes, but management contracts also includes the domains of responsibility, which are the responsibility areas for us. We accept 99% of our students today in our responsibility areas. So we cannot increase this, but we might be forced to accept less. And if we forget about our aim of having the highest quality, we might also lose a part of the financing. And very important regarding this year's management contracts will be also study whether studies are corresponding to the needs of the labor market. And Estonian medium studies as well as internationalization, on the other hand, are important topics which the ministry also sees as important. But I will turn back to this when speaking about internationalization. Thereafter, implementing our development plan is important. In the framework, we need to amend the financial regulation. And the aim of this exercise is the fact that financial regulation would reflect better the achieving of the key indicators set in the development plan. And I also briefly mentioned the new initiatives regarding the new greening activities. But I will come back to this as well. One very important subject is, of course, the COVID pandemic and its influence to our study work. On Thursday, we sent our guidelines, code of conduct for the new academic year. We will have an open kickoff of the academic year, but we will also give freer hands to every professor to decide which form of study to use. The students have also given us feedback that they have not managed to physically come together for a while and they don't actually know each other so well. So that's their preferred and also our preferred form of study. Also, we will increase the hybrid study capacity, and the aim is to carry out more social events than we had before. We have the campus day on September 10th, and then there's going to be an anniversary ceremony, which we have had traditionally every year. And it's been a nice tradition for both our students and academic staff or staff members alike. Last year, unfortunately, we weren't able to organize many of such events. Also, vaccination is important. It is today the only scientifically proven and known way of stopping the spread of COVID-19. And there is a possibility to receive a COVID-19 vaccine already tomorrow and Tuesday next week here in our campus, but also in the Estonian Maritime Academy on the 2nd of September and in our Viru College on the 2nd of September. So it is the task for all of us to call as many people as we can upon vaccinating. We do not know how many students have been vaccinated, but we know as of random selection we have researched that 87% of our staff members are vaccinated. Coming to the admission of new students, Estonians usually say normal when things go well. So we see the numbers of the students admitted to the first level of study, 1,608, and the second level of study, 1,103. So in the first level, we say that there is a little decrease in the number of students in comparison with the last academic year. And all in all, this year we admit 2,711 students in comparison with last year, where it was a little bit higher, 2,923. And the factors which impact our admissions are, first of all, the threshold-based admissions which we have, and the threshold of state examinations in mathematics, the grade must be at least 50 points out of 100. And we may ask whether 50 points out of 100 is enough of a result. The average for the high school graduates in Estonia this year was 49%, so about 50%. And the threshold is a glass ceiling. We see that we cannot admit many more students, at least not in the first level of study. And there is a statistics also emphasized here from 2016 to 2021, how many students achieved 50 points in the state examination in mathematics. We see how the numbers are, and many universities are competing for these very same students, mostly Tallinn Technical University with the Tartu University. we see that in this spring, state examination in mathematics was achieved. That is, at least 50 points was acquired by 2,141 students, and this is our class ceiling. We cannot increase the number of students we admit, but there's also no reason for despair. And not to say it's out of our hands. We want people to graduate with nominal study time, yes, but there are things which we can do, admit less students and teach them well in order to have graduates with nominal study time. What can we do to change this decrease in the level of mathematics state exams? What options do we have? We have preparation courses for the state exam. I can say, based on my own example, my own daughter was participating in the secondary graduates mathematics examination preparation course, and she was very satisfied with it, and this is what her friends said as well. We'd also like to teach our students better ourselves, and that's why we have didactic centers in order to support our academic staff. And thirdly, we also want to cooperate with the state secondary schools. And every time we have a meeting with the representatives of the ministry, we emphasize how important it would be also to initiate the science school, so that we can take these talented young people and teach them and guide them ourselves. And one of our aims for doing this is achieving the fact that more young people would have the 50 points and over threshold in the mathematics state exam. A new project which we have is starting with micro degrees. This is a form of open study comprising 2 or more degree level courses and depending on the needs of the labor market. A micro degree can be acquired in 1 to 2 semesters, and completion of a micro degree program is confirmed by a continuing education certificate. We'll start with 24 micro degree programs. All faculties have proposed them. And School of Information Technologies today have the most important or the most popular micro degree program where for the programming 50 people have signed up. We have also had the aim of creating a program of engineering academy. We have had a very successful experience already with an IT academy. And the aim of an engineering academy would be, of course, to improve the qualifications of the engineering students and to meeting the needs of the labor market, also increasing visibility of engineering, and also have professional higher education goals set and achieved this way. To the ministry, we have proposed 5 domains where we'd like to actively participate in the forms of this engineering academy. And now we look forward to receiving the aid of the structural funds of the new programming period of the European Commission. And I am rather optimistic about the fact that the engineering academy program will become reality. And we have been very clearly concentrating on the domains which are important in the field of engineering for us. Challenges based by internationalization, or the challenges of internationalization. I have focused here on several activities which are important here. We would like to have foreign students from different parts or different regions of the world. Today we have to admit that we have 5 to 6 countries which are dominating. 89% of the foreign students come from these 5 to 6 countries, and the idea is to have a more broader based international student numbers. Also, Estonian medium teaching is important also for the ministry, so that we would have enough offspring, people who would study and continue teaching work here in Estonia. And for instance, in the field of information technologies, we have more doctoral students who are not Estonians, and it's very difficult to find them as well. The shares of foreign students in the first level of study is 6.4%, which is rather medium. It could be higher. In the second level, 16.4. All in all, 10.4. And last summer we had an issue of whether the foreign students from the third states would come here as a result of the pandemic, whether they manage. And we have not been discriminating against anybody based on this. And at the university, we also need to agree on strategic trends and principles of internationalization in this new academic year. I'd also like to mention Eurotech. The second academic year is now. Last year in October, Eurotech started, and Eurotech course catalog has 59 subjects. We have proposed 6 subjects. And this morning's statistics is rather positive. Our students are interested in taking Eurotech courses. 42 students have registered for 59 subjects, and all different schools are represented as well. About 50% of these 42 students come from the School of Engineering, and the rest from other schools. The mobility from our side is rather modest at the moment. When we have 10 to 20% of foreign students ourselves, then our students go to study elsewhere about 2 to 3%, which we would like to increase. Regarding research, what we see as a very important goal for the upcoming year is the reform of doctoral programs. We have too many of them at the moment, and the system needs to be reformed. We have made the first agreements with the schools, and we will reduce the numbers of different doctoral programs. As of the 1st of September 2022, it will become reality, hopefully. Also, we would like to create a grant fund in order to support early stage researchers. And the focus areas have been there for a while as well. The Vice Rector for Research has been setting this as a goal to deal with them. And entrepreneurial department provides more support for the business agreements, intellectual property protection and licensing. And the new financial rules must provide more support for doctoral students and researchers in preparing for the commercialization and innovative product or service based on research results. And a new project area, Artificial Intelligence and Robotics Estonia, will start as well. It is a 7-year project in order to support the digital maturity of companies and the adoption of new technologies. And I would like to also mention the co-creation project, which is also in the portfolio of the Vice Director for Entrepreneurship. The aim of the co-creation project is to promote donation culture and habits for the higher education and research in Estonia. And TalTech.ee co-creation, you will find the data about what this is about. We'd like to start with making donations to our own alma mater first. We'd like to increase the volume of scholarships. We have had a volume of 150,000 euros of scholarships annually, but time is ripe in order to increase and promote the donation culture and increase the volume of scholarships as well. And we also have a new, or not very new, but green subjects package. We speak about greening very often at the university, but we haven't had a very systemic approach to all the green subjects. And it is a very horizontally important issue at the university. Starting from switching off lights when we don't need them and recycling, but greening is broader, and it's important to apply all these principles horizontally. In this context, we can speak about resource efficiency in our campus, elaborating circular economy strategy, integrating the principles of sustainable economy to our curricula. When we have young students coming to the universities nowadays, they ask about what criteria of a sustainable economy is applied. A couple of years ago, I was at the public opinion discussion festival in Paide, and we had a discussion where a former student was there asking of how we can use the new Green Deal and new Green Turn in order to apply all these principles in practice. Integrating the goals of sustainable economy to the activities of the university is important, but also cooperation with other universities in Tallinn, with public and private sector, as well as international networking. Last but not least, we cannot not mention Ida-Viru County when we speak about the new Green Turn. We have a college in Ida-Viru County, and the question is how can we support the digital and green turn in this county as well. Burning oil shale is very expensive, environmentally very expensive and harming, but thousands of people are directly connected to this sector in Ida-Viru County. We have elaborated a vision in order to carry out green and digital turn. We have a center of excellence called Vidrik in Ida-Viru County. And our aim is to develop international and regional curricula, supporting entrepreneurship and also providing in-service training and retraining opportunities. These are also separately financed by the European Commission, and 340 million euros, which come from these resources, the government of Estonia has decided to direct these finances to Ida-Viru County, and it's not our aim to earn based on these new initiatives, but also to make a change. So all in all, I can say and I will say that we will have a new academic year, which is interesting, with new challenges as well as new opportunities. because there will be new opportunities. There will be some horizontal subjects such as the COVID pandemic and its influences, also grant fund, new green issues, and the changing of the financial regulation. But it is also important to emphasize the sense of community or unity at the university. All these years having worked as a rector, I see that we have a room for improvement in the sense of community or sense of unity which we create here at the university, and we have to continue progressing on this path. And as a part of our development plan, yes, we have certain indicators, but also it is important to create a sense of unity among ourselves. And the last point, which has been emphasized here, the financing of higher education by the Estonian state is important. Within the last 5 years, we have seen that the universities' financing has been increased by the consumer price index rise in Estonia in the last 5 years. So less than 10%. And today, we do not have a very good vision for the future. We don't know what the state is planning to do. And thus, it is important for us to be able to say what the bottlenecks are, what will happen if the current situation will continue, whether the Estonian language and culture will start degrading or dying out. And because the general aim of having an Estonian medium university is to support the Estonian language and culture. In a year's time, just about the parties will come up with new platforms and programs for the new parliamentary elections, and we will look forward to hearing at the end of September about the proposals of higher education financing, and we keep our fingers crossed to have a couple of percentage points of increase. And to conclude, I would like to thank you all to your great work last academic year. It was very complicated as a result of the pandemic, but I wish you all the best for the new academic year. Thank you.
Aitäh, rektor Tiit Landile.
Thank you to the rector. Thank you, Tiit Land. It is now time to appreciate our long-serving colleagues who have worked at the Tallinn University of Technology for 25 years. In order to give recognition to the colleagues, we would like to ask the rector, Professor Tiit Land, and the vice rector for academic affairs, Hendrik Voll, to come to the stage. The golden badge for the 25 years of working at the Tallinn University of Technology will be awarded to Dmitry Kolyadin, a research scientist at the Department of Mechanical and Industrial Engineering. The golden badge will be awarded to the professor of the Department of Mechanical and Industrial Engineering, Irina Husainova.
25-aastase tööpanuse
The golden badge for the 25 years of working at the Tallinn Technical University will be awarded to Angela Järve, accountant at the finance office, who was not able to participate, but let's applaud nevertheless.
Kutsume kuldmärgi vastuvõtmiseks
The golden badge will be awarded to the technician at the Center of Biomedical Engineering, Rain Kattai. The golden badge will be awarded to Toomas Johan Seebek's Department of Electronics, doctoral student and early stage researcher Marika Kulmar, who was not able to unfortunately attend today. The golden badge will be awarded to the Associate Professor of IT College, Peeter Lorents. The golden badge will be awarded to the Student Counselor of the Dean's Office at the School of Information Technologies, Küllike Näks. The golden badge will be awarded to Ene Pähna, Assistant to Manager at the Department of Civil Engineering and Architecture. The golden badge will be awarded to the Senior Lecturer at the Shipping Center of the Estonian Maritime Academy, Rein Raudsalu. The golden badge will be awarded to the Study and Research Support Specialist at the Department of Business Administration, Pia Riips, who was not unfortunately able to attend today. The golden badge will be awarded to the Assistant to Manager at the Department of Health Technologies, Via Rosar, who unfortunately was not able to attend today. The golden badge is awarded to Olev Sokk, engineer at the Department of Civil Engineering and Architecture. Congratulations once again to all the laureates of the gold badge, and thank you to the Vice Rector for research. Tallinn University of Technology would like to thank the professors emeriti and asks the Vice Rector of Research to take this stage.
Ning palume emeriteeruvatel professoritel anda allkiri ka ülikooli auraamatus.
We would also kindly like to ask the new professors emeriti to sign the Book of Honor of the university. Tallinn University of Technology thanks for its long and fruitful study, research and development activities Professor Tago Antov.
Tallinna Tehnikaülikool tänab
Tallinn
kauaaegse
University of
viljaka
Technology
õppe,
thanks for its long and
teadus-
fruitful
ja
study,
arendustegevuse
research and
eest
development
akadeemik
activities,
Jakob
academic
Kübarseppa.
Jakob Kübarsepp.
Tallinna Tehnikaülikool
Tallinn
tänab
University of
kauaaegse
Technology
viljaka
thanks
õppe,
for its
teadus-
long
ja
and fruitful study,
arendustegevuse eest
research and development
professor
activities,
Leo Mõttus.
professor Leo Mõttus.
Tallinna Tehnikaülikool tänab
Tallinn
kauaaegse
University of
viljaka
Technology
õppe,
thanks for its
teadus-
long and
ja
fruitful study,
arendustegevuse
research and
eest
development activities, professor
Katrin
Katrin Paadam.
Tallinna Tehnikaülikool
Tallinn University of
tänab
Technology
kauaaegse
thanks for
viljaka
its long
õppe,
and fruitful
teadus-
study,
ja
research and
arendustegevuse
development
eest
activities, professor Toomas Paalmäe.
Tallinna Tehnikaülikool tänab kauaaegse viljaka õppe, teadus- ja
Tallinn
arendustegevuse
University of
eest
Technology
professor
thanks for its
Andres
long and
Siirde.
fruitful study, research and development activities, professor Andres Siirde.
Tallinna Tehnikaülikool tänab
Tallinn
kauaaegse
University of
viljaka
Technology
õppe,
thanks for its
teadus-
long and
ja
fruitful study,
arendustegevuse
research and
eest
development
ka
activities,
professor
professor Jaak Tepandi,
kes kahjuks ei
who
olnud
unfortunately was not
võimalik
able to
tänasel
attend
koosolekul
today's
osaleda.
meeting.
Tallinna Tehnikaülikool tänab
Tallinn
kauaaegse
University of
viljaka
Technology
õppe,
thanks for its
teadus- ja
long and fruitful
arendustegevuse
study,
eest
research and development
professor
activities,
Marina
professor
Trapido.
Marina Trapido.
Tallinna Tehnikaülikool
Tallinn University of Technology thanks for its long and fruitful study, research and development activities. Professor Urve Venesaar.
Tallinna Tehnikaülikool
Tallinn University of Technology thanks for its long and fruitful study, research and development activities. Professor Kalju Meigas. Thank you to the rector and thank you to the vice rector for research, and congratulations to all the laureates of the Golden Badge and the professors emeriti. This concludes our opening meeting today. You are all welcome to join in for the picnic at the Academics Alley on the campus. Mente et manu.